How Chinese scriptures helped me. 7. Chinese has helped me expand my insight of my own culture. So, for example, here's how Chinese defines the word carnival. We're not talking etymology, okay? We're just looking at the words they bring together to form the word carnival. If we go into the etymology, we get into a whole bunny trail, but we're just looking at the words and, 3 separate words and their meanings. Okay, so 狂欢节 is carnival. 狂欢节 is carnival. I'll tell you what it means. 狂欢 is party, carousal, hilarity, merriment, whoopee, and to carouse. J means holiday or festival. Now, if we break down 狂欢 a little further, 欢 means joyous, happy, pleased. And we know if you check a typical Trini at carnival time, they are joyous, they are happy, they are pleased. The kwang is where the real core of the meaning is. Kwang means mad, wild, violent. You heard that? Mad, wild, violent. Mad, wild, violent. All of those apply to carnival. People get madly intoxicated, whether literally or by the music. People act very wild. You don't want to see how people dance at carnival time. It can be quite overly, excessively sensual. I mean, very obscene, to be honest. I'm a Trini and I would say that. And yes, sometimes people get so carried away by the music, or not so much the music, but maybe by the music. The music has a very sensual push behind it. And, a lot of people, I think maybe no small number of people may become the victims of sexual assault during the carnival period, their drinks being spiked, their drinks being drugged, I should say, drinks being drugged, people getting carried away and doing things they probably wouldn't ordinarily do, Violence, I'm afraid to say, is a part of carnival, and people would probably say, how could you say that? It is the truth, and it should be spoken about so that people could take the necessary precautions if they're going to be taking part in the festivities. Now, if we look at the word for kwang itself, and if we're gonna look at the etymology of kwang, that particular word meaning mad, wild, or violent, on the right-hand side is a word that means wang, and that means king, and it gives it the sound. It's a phonetic. It gives it the sound. You see, it rhymes with kwang. It's wang, but it rhymes with kwang, so it gives it the sound. But sometimes phonetic elements may also double as meaning elements, right? Interesting. A dog is barking right now. Guess what? The portion on the left represents a dog. It's often found in words that have something to do with an animal, but its original meaning has to do with a dog. Isn't that interesting? Have you ever seen a dog when, I don't know, it's barking wildly, or if it's really excited about seeing its owner come home or something like that? Yeah, that is a good definition of wild or mad, or like maybe those wild dogs out in the Middle East, they're really kind of rabid. Or in Italy, I've heard about dogs roaming in, is it Italy or Greece? I forget where it is. I think it's is it Italy or Greece, boy? Why do I feel it's Italy? But anyway, these dogs, they're pretty rabid, right? So that's the idea. And when you see how people behave at carnival time. You could really kind of you could even really kind of see that. Now I hate to be graphic. I'll try not to I'll try not oh they're just dropping off the newspapers there, they fling it over the gate. But anyway, um I'll try not to be too graphic, but within the context of Trinidad Carnival, and you don't see this in all carnivals around the world, but it certainly is, I think, it is certainly indicative of Carnival, of Trinidad Carnival. You see, dog, okay, Trinis, you know how people like to do it. Think of how people position themselves when two people are dancing together and whining on each other. Whining is like a sensual gyration of the hips. Think of how people position each other, men or men and women, not men, I mean a man and a woman or a woman and a woman. Think of how they position each other. Think of the word dog and tell me that that does not apply. Tell me a lie. Tell me a lie. Tell me I'm lying. No, I'm not lying. The word dog is very apt here, right? On many different levels. Maybe you think of others. Maybe you think of others. But anyway, that's Carnival. So how Chinese script has helped me gives me insight into my own culture and the fact that clearly there's some divine design and intelligence in this script tells me that God is also commenting on human life through Chinese script. The genius in the script is truly amazing. And you may wonder, okay, but Chinese is an atheist culture and all of that. I do address that in a previous video, so you could check that out. But it is very clear that yeah, it's good. It's heading for 6 o'clock, so cars are going to be up and down. I don't know if you just heard that car passing by, but anyway, even though Chinese is atheist, it is clear that whoever designed the script was well before atheist China, well before Buddhism, Taoism, and they had some connection to the supreme God, you know, the God of the Bible. I would like to think even well before the Bible itself was compiled, you know, God was already embedding his truth within Chinese script. So anyway, that's it. Quang Quan Ji Carnival, which is a part of my carnival celebrations, which is a part of my culture. You may have carnival in your part of the world, and maybe you find that this word applies in a whole other way. So please feel free to comment. But that's it. How Chinese script has helped me, it has given me insight into my very own culture.